Hello, family, friends, and fans. I'm Fletcher Rhoden, and this is City of Eternal Spring, track by track. I'm promoting my new album by doing a little mini series of videos where I talk about each song on my new record and the origins of it and the way it was recorded and the sounds of it and stuff. Because I'm promoting my new record, City of Eternal Spring. It's available wherever you like to download your favorite music. Download it there. Okay, so every week I'm doing this in May and June actually. Um, And with every webisode that talks about a certain song, there'll be a link down below to the YouTube video of the song. It's not, I didn't shoot videos for every song. It's just I use DistroKid as my distribution service, and that automatically generates a song on YouTube. So you can listen to this album in its entirety and all of my music for free on YouTube if you don't mind the ads and having to sit in front of the thing. You could just download the record, put it on your phone, and listen to it wherever. Okay, so this is a promotional thing. I'm promoting the record. It's not a public service announcement, and that's one to grow on. Okay, so let's see. This week, the song is uh, Colombiana, fourth song on the record, ballad. Colombiana is what you would call a woman from Colombia. A man from Colombia would be called a Colombiano. So Colombiana is a woman. And this song, you know, if it's about love, like a lot of the songs on this record, it's about romances, good or bad. I originally set out to do a love songs album, but this isn't that. I do actually have one of those in the works right now. I'll talk about that when it comes out a while from now because my release schedule is packed. But this song certainly would have fit on a love songs album. It's, if it's said to have a narrative, it's about a guy who falls in love with a gal from Colombia and she leaves him and he wants her back. Pretty simple, pretty easy for a narrative, right? Uh, it's very beautiful song, if I do say so myself. You know, you always set out to write a great song, and this one just is great. Now, let me say at the offset that it is inspired by another song. I talked about Holding You, that's the opening track of this record, and that was inspired by a song of mine called Ingenue, which has never made it to CD and it never will. I produced it decades ago and it was on cassette. So that was inspired by one of my own songs. Not the same song, but just, derivative of it, maybe you could say. So this song, Colombiana, comparably, is inspired by a song that I did not write. But it's not a ripoff of it. If I got sued by the songwriter, I'd prevail because in order to steal a song, you've got to steal the melody exactly in the correct with the correct intervals. Melodies, notes are important because of the intervals between them and their relation to one another. And in court, you got to prove that. You got to prove that the intervals between the notes are the same, that the notes are the same. So, I did not. This is the song I'm talking about is called Louisiana 1927, and it's by Randy Newman, the songwriter Randy Newman, who I like. I'm not a huge fan. I actually heard this song first a couple years ago. I was playing in a band with this guy called Joe Lamont. Really cool guy, good piano player, singer, New Orleans, Nashville kind of a performer. He was in a local of Nashville, and I played with him for a very brief time. He was a very cool guy, and he did this song with his band, not with our band, but with his band. And it's a song about a flood in Louisiana in 1927, and it's a good song. It really is, and it inspired me to write this. But it's not the same. But if you listen to it, you can hear a similarity. So I'm going to go ahead and say this. I'm going to cop to it. It's similar, but it's not the same. And of course, the subject is all different, the chords are all different. You can just barely hear a resemblance, but some songs resemble other songs. It's just the way it is. You can't reinvent songwriting every time. I try, but you really can't do it. Some songs are going to be, with all the songs in the world, some songs are going to be like other songs. You know, I saw a video recently that George Harrison, uh, he co-wrote the song "Badge" with Eric Clapton, that Cream song "Badge," and the guitar part of "Badge" is in "Here Comes the Sun." So much so that he even called it. George Harrison himself wrote it on his lyric sheet as "Son of Badge." And it's the part that goes "Sun, sun, sun, here it comes," and the guitar is da 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 da. And on Badge, there's that same guitar part, da 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 da. A guitar arpeggio is what that is. So what can you do? Of course, George Harrison famously ripped off "He's So Fine" for his song "My Sweet Lord," and he lost that suit. So I don't know if he's necessarily the go-to guy on this perspective, but even so. So the song is very, to get back to my song, Colombiana, it's, again, like Kalinka for me, this song could be a hit for some Latin singer, for some Latin pop star. I'm going to try to make that happen. It's lovely. And it's got an interesting thing. What I like to do is, here's a little songwriter tip. Okay, so what I do in my latter day songwriting is, because I don't like things to be boring or conventional or rhymey dimey, And a lot of songs, it's like, um, the rhyme scheme would be dubba da dubba da dubba da a, then dubba da dubba da dubba da a. So I want to hold you in my arms, let you feel my loving charms. I want to take you to a movie because I think that would be groovy. Say, real rhymey-dimey beginner stuff. But I prefer internal rhymes, whereby someone might say, he might be, uh, I want to hold you in my arms and fold our time together before it all disarms, or something like that. So you're rhyming from the center of the sentence. I want to go out to a movie and show that I know that you know you're really groovy. It's still crap, but it's a little better because, jeez, I keep banging this table. It's a little better because you're not just hearing dubba da dubba da dubba da rhyme, dubba da dubba da dubba da rhyme. you know. And so I did that a lot. And Colombiana makes good use of the internal rhyme. There's a line, it's in the chorus, and this is one of the songs on the record that includes a little bit of Spanish, just a little bit of Spanish. And the chorus is "No quiero esto solo," which means I don't want to be alone. So I rhyme solo with Colombiana. "No quiero esto solo, Colombiana," like that. And so rhyming not only in the middle of a sentence, but from the middle of the word. Chop a word in half and rhyme that. You know, Interesting. It makes a song more interesting, more captivating to the listener's ear, and it brings them in, I think. So I was really happy with that little internal rhyme, and that's a songwriter's tip from me to you. That's one to grow on. Maybe this is a personal, maybe this is a public relations thing, or a public service announcement, rather. Okay, so what else about the song? Um, it's got a lot of vocals. This whole album has a lot of vocals because I just did a whole acapella. I did two acapella records late last year. So, I'm into vocals right now. It's a very nice song, very lovely. Hope you enjoy it. With respect to Randy Newman, you can check out the song below. There's a link below this video. And if you're Randy Newman and you want to sue me, okay, I'll cut you in for a piece of the profits. Um, Other than that, enjoy the album, download it wherever you like to download your favorite music. You can download mine. This album is available everywhere. Keep watching this miniseries. I've got more than half the record to go. Then you can listen to my other music, The Wendy Theory, I'm Possible, Quadrilogy, which is 4 albums of different subgenres. One is called pop, one is called rock, one is called jazz, one is called blues, and the music in those records, is produced accordingly. So enjoy all that. Check out my stuff. I got books you can buy, audiobooks too. I got a lot of my books are on audiobooks with my dulcet tones narrating. Check it out. Okay, enjoy all that. Tune in again and download City of Eternal Spring. Really, do it. Come on, do it. Do it. You don't want to have to sit in front of your computer to hear the whole thing. Download it and you can listen to it in your car. It's good driving music. Okay, with that, I'm going to leave you. Hope you tune in again. And until then, bye, Mary.